Pearl S. Buck's The Enemy takes us on a journey through the heart of conflict, exploring the profound moral dilemmas faced by individuals during times of war. This story is not just about the physical battles fought on the front lines, but also about the internal struggles that define our humanity. It's wartime, and the world is divided. Nations are pitted against each other, and the lines between friend and foe are starkly drawn. The global conflict has created an atmosphere of suspicion and fear, where loyalty to one's country often means viewing others with distrust and hostility. We meet Dr. Sadao, a Japanese surgeon living on the coast of Japan during World War II. Sadao is a man deeply rooted in his culture and traditions, yet he is also a product of his education and experiences abroad. His time spent studying in America has given him a broader perspective on life and humanity. He lives with his wife Hana and their servants. Hana is a supportive and loving partner, sharing in Sadao's joys and burdens. Their home is a sanctuary, a place where they can find solace amidst the chaos of the outside world. The servants, though loyal, are also a reminder of the rigid social structures that define their lives. Sadao is a man of science, devoted to healing. His skills as a surgeon are unmatched, and he takes great pride in his ability to save lives. Medicine is not just his profession, it is his calling. He believes in the sanctity of life and the importance of his duty as a healer. But the war has cast a long shadow over his life. The conflict has brought with it a sense of unease and uncertainty. The once peaceful coastline now feels like a battleground, and the tranquility of their home is constantly threatened by the realities of war. His world is turned upside down one stormy night. The howling winds and crashing waves seem to echo the turmoil within him. It is on this fateful night that Sadao's principles and beliefs are put to the ultimate test. An American Navy man washes ashore, wounded and desperate. The sight of the injured soldier stirs a mix of emotions in Sadao. Here lies a man who, by all accounts, is his enemy, yet he is also a human being in dire need of help. Sadao is immediately faced with an impossible choice. His training and instincts as a doctor urge him to save the man's life, but his loyalty to his country and the potential consequences of aiding an enemy weigh heavily on his mind. The conflict between his duty as a healer and his duty as a citizen creates a profound moral dilemma. Does he help the enemy, risking his own life and family? The decision is not just about the immediate act of saving a life. It is about the broader implications for his family and his standing in the community. The fear of being branded a traitor and the potential repercussions for his loved ones add layers of complexity to his predicament. Or does he turn his back on a dying man? The thought of abandoning someone in need goes against everything Sadao stands for. The internal conflict rages within him as he grapples with the weight of his decision. In this moment, Sadao's true character is revealed, and the story delves deep into the essence of what it means to be human. Sadao, though a skilled doctor, carries the burden of prejudice. He remembers his time studying in America. He remembers the racism he experienced. He remembers the feeling of being different, of being considered the other. These memories have shaped his view of Americans, creating a wall of distrust and resentment. His loyalty to his country runs deep. He understands the danger of harboring an enemy. The consequences of being discovered could be dire. Yet, as he looks at the wounded soldier, he sees not just an enemy, but a fellow human being in need. The wounded soldier, an American Navy man, represents everything Sadao has been taught to fear and despise. He is the enemy, a tangible symbol of the conflict raging around them. His presence in Sadao's home is a stark reminder of the war's reach, penetrating even the most private corners of their lives. Fear and suspicion war within Sadao. He grapples with the ingrained prejudices that tell him to turn away. But something deeper stirs within him, a fundamental sense of compassion that transcends the boundaries of nationality and war. Section 4. The choice to heal or to hate. In the quiet moments of dawn, as the first light of the sun pierces through the misty forest, a profound question lingers in the air. It is a question that has haunted many throughout history, a question that defines the very essence of humanity. to heal or to hate. Sadao's internal struggle is agonizing. He sits alone, the weight of his decision pressing heavily on his shoulders. The sea roars in the background, a reflection of the turmoil within him. In the solitude of the forest, he grapples with his conscience, his mind a battlefield of conflicting emotions. He knows the risks involved in helping the American. Every glance out the window, every step towards the door, is a reminder of the danger that looms. The secluded pathways he walks are filled with shadows of doubt and fear. The American soldier, an enemy in the eyes of his countrymen, lies vulnerable and in need of care. His servants, fearful and distrustful, urge him to hand the man over to the authorities. Whispers fill the air, suspicion and anxiety evident in their eyes. They fear the repercussions, the wrath of the authorities, and the potential danger to their own lives. Their loyalty to Sadao is tested as they struggle to understand his hesitation. His wife, Hannah, shares his initial hesitation, torn between her loyalty to her husband and her fear of the consequences. She wrings her hands, her face a canvas of worry and doubt. Their discussions are tense, filled with the weight of the decision they must make. Hannah's love for Sadao is evident, but so is her fear for their family's safety. Yet the doctor in him cannot ignore the call to heal. The medical tools in his hands are not just instruments, they are symbols of his duty, his oath to save lives. His compassionate expression reveals the depth of his internal conflict. In the rural setting, far from the chaos of war, his true nature as a healer emerges. He sees the soldier not as an enemy combatant, but as a patient in desperate need of medical attention. The makeshift bed, the rustic environment, all fade into the background as he focuses on the wounded man before him. Every wound, every groan of pain, strengthens his resolve. The soldier's vulnerability touches a chord deep within Sadao's heart. His conscience, his humanity compels him to act, even if it means defying the dictates of war. Helping the soldier up, bandaging his wounds, Sadao makes a decision that transcends the boundaries of nationality and conflict. His determined expression reflects the courage it takes to choose healing over hatred, compassion over fear. In this moment, Sadao embodies the true spirit of humanity, a beacon of hope in a world torn apart by war. Section 5. The Act of Compassion, a doctor's duty, a human's heart. Sadao makes a decision that will forever alter the course of his life. In the midst of a world torn apart by conflict, he stands at a crossroads. The weight of his choice presses heavily upon him as he contemplates the consequences of his actions. The serene landscape outside his window contrasts sharply with the turmoil within his heart. He knows that the path he chooses will define not only his future, but also the essence of his character. The decision is not an easy one, but it is one that he must make with unwavering resolve. He chooses to help the wounded soldier. This act of compassion is not just a momentary impulse, but a profound commitment to his principles. As he kneels beside the injured man, he feels the weight of his responsibility. The soldier's pain and suffering are palpable, and Sadao's heart aches with empathy. He knows that by helping this man, he is defying the expectations of his society and risking his own safety. Yet he cannot turn away. His duty as a doctor compels him to act, to heal, and to save a life, regardless of the consequences. He chooses compassion over fear, humanity over hatred. In a world where divisions and enmity are the norm, Sadao's actions stand as a beacon of hope. He understands that true courage lies not in the absence of fear, but in the willingness to act despite it. His compassion bridges the gap between enemy and ally, reminding us all of our shared humanity. The connection he feels with the wounded soldier transcends the boundaries of nationality and conflict. It is a testament to the power of empathy and the enduring strength of the human spirit. He carries the soldier into his home, cleans his wounds, and dedicates himself to saving his life. Each step he takes is fraught with danger, but his resolve never wavers. The act of carrying the soldier is symbolic of the burden he has chosen to bear. It is a burden of compassion, of duty, and of unwavering commitment to the sanctity of life. As he tends to the soldier's injuries, he is meticulous and gentle, knowing that every action he takes could mean the difference between life and death. His home becomes a sanctuary, a place where healing and hope can flourish amidst the chaos of war. His actions are not driven by sentimentality, but by a deep-seated belief in the sanctity of life. Sadao's commitment to his duty as a doctor is unwavering. He understands that every life is precious, and that his role is to preserve and protect it. His medical training and expertise are tools that he uses with precision and care. But beyond the technical skills, it is his compassion and empathy that truly define him. He sees the humanity in every patient, and he is driven by a profound sense of responsibility to do no harm and to heal those in need. He understands that his duty as a doctor transcends the artificial divisions created by war. The conflict that rages around him is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the destructive power of hatred. Yet Sadao remains steadfast in his belief that his duty is to heal, not to harm. He reflects deeply on the nature of his work and the impact it has on the world. His actions are a testament to the idea that compassion and empathy can bridge even the deepest divides. In a world divided by conflict, he chooses to be a healer, a unifier, and a beacon of hope. He acts with courage and conviction, knowing that his decision could cost him everything. The path he has chosen is fraught with peril, but he walks it with unwavering determination. His courage is not the absence of fear, but the strength to face it head-on. He knows that his actions may lead to dire consequences, but he is prepared to face them. His conviction is rooted in his belief in the sanctity of life and the power of compassion. Sadao's story is a powerful reminder that true courage lies in the choices we make, and that even in the darkest of times, the light of humanity can shine through.